everyone, Tuxedo Masterian here, and today we're going to talk about why I always help Sailor Moon. Now, a lot of folks, like some folks, will scathe that trope, thinking, oh, well, it means the woman's too weak and can't fight for herself. Well, that's not true, But the grounds to why I help Sailor Moon out is that she gets in binds that she doesn't know how to get out of, or she's fighting a foe that is sometimes too strong. And yes, I do have to come in and help her. Well, sometimes my way of helping is most of the time throwing the red rose to stop the fiend, and then give her some words, of believing, of helping. And sometimes that is enough. Other times I truly have to, fight. And if that really means with my long black staff, which, and sometimes, that's what I have to do. And a lot of folks out there always say, well, it always seems to be that trope, Yes, but if you stop to think of it, folks, a lot of films and plays, anything drawing shows and drawing plays have that trope too, And, and the grounds to why some folks would be against it is that they believe, oh, so you think Sailor Moon's weak so she don't know how to fight. Well, that's not true. She isn't not weak at all, and she does know how to fight, and she has fought and beat many foes over the 5 years that over the 5 followings of the drawing show, and the 3 films that came out too. So no. But you see, Sailor Moon was not as good of a fighter as the others are. Or we'll just say Sailor Moon was not really meant to be a fighter, but she became a fighter, if you understand. You see, Sailor Moon being formerly ALLWAYS Serena or Serenity, whatever you want to call her, was never a fighter that we knew of. So in the past in the Moon Kingdom, me throwing that red rose and saying that thing was to help her out. Because some folks are under the belief that, Sailor Moon, became Sailor Moon by mistake. Well, if you're gonna sorry for that cough, I don't know why it happens. If you are going to scathe me for helping her, then you're going to have to scathe the rest of the Sailor Keepers too, because they also help her. Because they're her keepers, and they watch after her, and they also help her out in fighting, because that was what their work was in the past. So if you were going to scathe me for that trope, you'd have to forgive them for that trope as well. And you know what? A lot of folks do scathe the way I go by helping her. They're like, oh, well, you're worthless. You didn't do anything. All you did was show up and throw the red rose, or whatever the English word for that would be, and told her, oh, believe in herself. Well, sometimes that's all it's called. Sometimes that's what it's only called for, And yes, there were times where I had my black long staff, or whatever, walking stick, and I have knocked a foe down with it. Or worked it as a way of, shooting something back at them when they had shot it or thrown it at me or her. So, yeah, I have done more than that. Now, a lot of folks out there will say, oh, isn't it true that Nako Takaguchi and whoever oversaw the drawing show back in the day didn't really like you that much, so they dumbed you down and they gave you less, self-growth than everybody else. Oh, I've heard sagas and tales about how Nako Takaguchi made me as, you know, made me to be someone who comes in and helps out, and then that's it. That the showrunner of the Drawling show and the Drawling shows and the Drawling films didn't really like me that well, so he gave me less self-growth than everyone else. Oh, I've heard all those sagas and those tales, and I don't really think there's any truth to it, you know. So, that's why I helped Sailor Moon out. Hopefully it answers this asking thing. And if you like this film, then follow us over here at Sailor Moon for Life. Don't forget to share, playlist, and thumb up this film. And don't forget to watch the film made yesterday when Sailor Moon went to Giant Eagle, or Evelyn Bird, or Aldi's. And if you haven't followed us, welcome, do so by hitting that fine and that ringer to know when the next upload, live stream, or short's been done. I, Tuxedo Mask, or Evening Wear High, Darien, and I'll see you later. Goodbye. Farewell. So long.